Hey, what is up, everybody? How's everybody doing this week? Yeah. Oh, what a week it's been, I tell you. Wow, Easter weekend and craziness at work, and then craziness with the family, and just craziness. So, let's start off with some crazy news, huh? Yeah, how about that? So, surprise, surprise, we're getting closer to Comic Palooza, and I finally got my announcement of my panel that I'll be doing. Yeah, thank you. I'll be on Friday, May 10th, from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. I will be on the Podcasting for Geeks panel, and I will be joined by the Raging Nerds, Nerdy Bitches, and Three Beers and a Mic podcast. So that's that'll be a pretty fun panel. If you happen to be at Comic Palooza that evening, come check us out on Friday, May 10th, 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in room 36D. So that'll be pretty cool. Before that, however, at 5 p.m. on the main show floor in Comic Palooza, the big giant floor area, I will be doing my solo podcasting episode, the Zero Power Beatdown Hour, and it's going to be a giant tournament bracket where we're going to take the best fictional characters throughout history. No powers, no tech, no weapons, and only one will reign supreme. Yeah, so it's going to be 45 minutes of a whole lot of fun and a whole lot of people's feelings being hurt. So, yeah. So, Comic Palooza, May 10th, 11th, and 12th, and there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff going on. Not just my stuff. No, there's going to be some other panels going on. My buddy Bri-Fi, the comics guy, is going to be doing a panel on Sunday, May 12th in room 360D from 12 to 1, Podcasting for One. This is a podcast that I was supposed to be a part of. Sadly, I can't make this particular day and time, sadly, so yeah, he'll be there with Random Rob, who, if you have heard previous on the show, if you've been listening to the show long enough, you've heard him. I was on his show after Comic Palooza last year, and he's a good guy. And they're going to be with the Kesha from the Libra Lounge with Keisha. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. Sadly, I won't be there. So, I rely on all of you guys to head down there and check them out. Thank you. All right. Enough of that mishigash, huh? Let's get to some comic books, huh? Let's do some comic books, and I've got quite a bit for y'all this week. It's just about. I've got some comic books from previous week because sometimes things happen, and you don't get through your stack of comic books every week. It just happens. So we're going to start off this week with Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 8. What? Come on. Are you serious? I mean, come on now. Asguardians of the Galaxy has been pretty good. Okay, it's been pretty good. So we've got Heimdall has sent Angela and her team to Earth to help in the battle. This is of course, during the... My phone keeps going off here. This is retarded. I'm going to put it away. So he sent them to Earth to help with, the battle that's going on with the whole invasion force from Malekith. And during the battle, the team gets separated. Throg wishes to help his family in Central Park. Annabelle runs off to find her girlfriend Ren, and Thunderstrike runs off after her. When Annabelle manages to find her friend Ren, the two, of course, happily reunited, but the reunion is cut short when Annabelle is ported away and now stands before the Valkyrie army. And yeah, they want their captain back. So yeah, let's see. How about you know what? Let's do some Detective Comics issue number 1001. Yeah, 1001. Yeah, that's right. So I did, Detective Comics issue 1000, and of course I didn't like it, but hey, it is what it is. Detective Comics issue number 1001 is Starts off with bats all over Gotham are dying, even the ones in the Batcave, and no matter how many tests Batman runs, he can't seem to find the cause of death. So he goes to see Francine Langstrom, who is Dr. Langstrom, the man-bat. That's his wife. And hopefully she can, shed some light on the subject. When Batman arrives, she's going insane, and she takes the serum herself, turns into woman bat, and she takes off in a kind of a frenzy. And Batman goes after her, and they crash into the Bat Arboretum at the zoo. And Batman injects her with, the anti-woman bat serum. And before she turns back, she's like, "You have to save them all." She's not dead, but she's unconscious. And as Batman tries to get her out of the Arboretum, all of a sudden this giant explosion of light happens in Gotham, and it's like, what the heck just happened? When Batman tries to go to discover out what happens, he gets jumped by all these dudes in armor, and he's trying to fight them off, and he can't seem to get his weapons to pierce their armor, but their weapons are piercing his armor, because he's Batman, he wears armor, people, come on, let's be real now. And as he tries to make his escape, this dude, this, knight in, all this dark blue armor, arrives and, pins him to the ground, and, it's the Arkham Knight. Not that Arkham Knight. Sadly, it is not, the Arkham Knight from, the Arkham Knight game. He looks exactly like him. They're calling him the Arkham Knight. However, he's more of, he's got a shield and a sword, and so he's more knight-y. Yeah. But he does look like the Arkham Knight. So, but hey, I'm going to take it. I loved the Arkham Knight game. I really did. I thought it was a really cool game. It was awesome. I loved playing it. And yeah, now we get the Arkham Knight in Detective Comics. So hopefully this is not Jason Todd.
Excuse me?
Yeah, hopefully this is not Jason Todd. I don't think it's Jason Todd in the armor, but hey, it was Jason Todd in the book. Spoilers.
Excuse me?
So, let's see. Let's do Middlewest issue number 6. Yeah. So, Maggie's gotten word that Abel's father is coming to the carnival looking for Abel. So she packs up the entire carnival and decides that she's going to stay ahead of him, skipping, a few towns ahead to set up, way down the road. And Abel seems to be adjusting to carny life pretty well and has decided that he's going to stay with the carny even after Maggie has told him that his debt has been paid. He can leave if he wants to. He's like, "I really like to stay if you'd let me." And Maggie's like, "Sure, you can become part of the family. That, this, carny life, that's how it happens. You just become part of the family." And when Maggie tries to take Abel deep inside of his mind to kind of get a sense of what it is that's, kind of going on with him and get a sense of his powers, we see memories from back when Abel was, very little that, he didn't even remember happening because, of course, he was very little. But memories of his father being happy, memories with his mom. But the memories start to turn real, and Abel becomes consumed by fear and hatred for his dad, and he turns into the monster that he fears so much from his dad, and now he's put the carnival in danger. So yeah, it's there's a lot of bleakness going on in comic books right now. It really is. I don't know that I have anything. Is there anything funny this week? No, nothing. Just a whole lot of bleak. I don't know what to tell you. That's, I guess it's my mood maybe that I'm just reading all these comic books that are just so depressing. I don't know. But let's talk about Farmhand issue number 7. And so after what happened in the previous issue at the end of the book with Jed and Zeke being chased by the boar up a tree, the EPA is burning the forest to prevent further contamination by the seed. Jed returns to work like nothing has happened, and he performs this kidney replacement on this kid, even though he's not supposed to be doing it, because the EPA has halted all work. Zeke confesses to his wife that he believes something sinister is going on with the seed, and it seems like his wife kind of has a secret of her own that she might tell Jed eventually. I don't know. We'll have to see. And later on that night, after Jed gets home, he gets a visitor, and yeah, it's dude's one of Jed's old customers, and it doesn't seem like he's very happy. So, let's see. Ooh, Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 4. So, the Guardians have found Gamora. Yay. Alright. And, Gamora, of course, doesn't want to be protected. She doesn't want to be saved, and she attacks the Guardians, and they manage to catch her and subdue her. And, Nova then, of course, finds the Guardians and tries to warn them that, this kill squad is after him, and they're looking for Gamora, and, of course, Nova led the kill squad right to the Guardians. Yeah, so, the battle begins when Gladiator forces the Guardians to land. Everybody's kicking ass. Gamora joins the fight, and when Nebula tries to take a kill shot at Gamora, one of the Guardians sacrifices themselves to save Gamora. Yeah. So again, more sadness with the comic books this week. It's like what the heck? I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh. All right. So hold your horses, because I'm going to talk some Marvel Comics.
Excuse me?
I know, me, Marvel Comics, come on. But we're going to talk some War of the Realms.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. So this War of the Realms giant crossover thing is getting really, really good, and we're going to talk first about War of the Realms, The Punisher, issue number 1. So all this is kind of taking place around about the same time. So the invasion has just begun by Malekith's forces, and the Punisher has picked a fight with a frost giant. Yeah, and so Frank aggravates the giant, as the Punisher does, and it throws a car at Frank, with a family inside of it, and the car crashes, and the giant thinks that, Frank is dead, so of course he leaves. Frank manages to pull the father from the car before, the fire gets too bad. Sadly, though, the wife and daughter are killed in the fire, and Frank takes the father to a nearby hospital. Well, when he gets to the hospital is trying to evacuate the area, but they can't. They don't have a choice but to go through the Lincoln Tunnel. Well, there's no power, there's no electricity, no nothing, so they have no idea what is in the Lincoln Tunnel, and they're kind of afraid, and they're like, "Help us, please!" And so Frank takes a little walk to a nearby bus carrying a bunch of convicts, and he enlists the convicts. He's like, "All right, look, y'all have a choice. I can shoot you now, or you can come help me get these people across the Lincoln Tunnel into Jersey, where they'll be safe and out of the fight." And they're like, I guess so. Because, what do you... I mean, when the Punisher tells you you're going to do something, what do you do? What do you do? You do nothing. You say yes. I mean, what do you... Exactly. So, now Frank and this group of convicts are leading this hospital full of people across the Lincoln Tunnel into Jersey. So, yeah. I seem to remember this happening in a movie, or 2, or 4. I don't know. So it's all happened before. It really has. So let's see. So last comic book of the week, War of the Realms, issue number 2. So New York is being evacuated as the Avengers attempt to hold Malekith's forces back. Roxxon has shut down every network on Earth to keep the Avengers teleporter from working. Blade and Jane Foster go after Malekith's witches, who are suppressing Doctor Strange's magic. As Odin and his Valkyries arrive on the scene. Yay, Odin's not dead. The fight in the rest of New York continues. Jane Blade manages to stop the witch's magic. Strange gets, the short window of opportunity he can, opens up a portal, and basically takes every New Yorker plus all of the Avengers away to safety. So all the Avengers head to what is now Avengers Tower inside this dead Celestial in Antarctica, and they have to figure out what's next because all over the planet, like all these cities are falling to Malekith's forces, even in Canada. Though I don't know why anybody would. I don't know why anybody would want to take a city in Canada. So, but hey, maybe it's the food. Everybody likes pancakes. All right. Yeah. Is this thing on? Okay. So, inside the tower, Odin's, severely injured from his battle with the elf assassins, and so he's got to go and take the Odin sleep so he can restore his strength. Freya decides that she's going to gather a force and go to Jotunheim to save Thor. Captain Marvel puts together a team to help defend Earth. Daredevil offers to help the blind Heimdall, kind of rebuild the Bifrost and kind of be his eyes, since, he can't see. So, yeah, everything fell apart so quickly. Yeah, so the Avengers have lost again, and now it's time to save the world. Save the cheerleader. Save the world. Although Hayden Panettiere's not in this. So, alright. Anyway. That's all for this week, you guys. Just kind of keeping it short, sweet, to the point. Once again, check out comicpalooza.com to get your tickets for Comic Palooza. I will be there. So many people are going to be there. Emilia Clarke, Mother of Dragons, Grant Gustin, The Flash. It's just... The list goes on and 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 on. And I still believe that they are announcing more and more creators, because I'm still getting notifications for creator announcements. So you can check out my Twitter and my Instagram feed for all those creator announcements coming up at Walker the Geek. And until next week.